Good morning. My name is Kim Davis, and welcome to the Roadmap to Success Mastering Implementation with ActionFlow webinar. Today, we're going to be covering a high-level overview of our onboarding and implementation process. So just to kind of get us started, when you guys think about implementation of a new software program, can you guys type in the chat what word kind of describes your feelings for that? What comes to mind, kind of what you think about when you hear the word implementation? Just wanted to give a couple seconds for you guys to hop up to the chat and just drop any thoughts, words, or feelings that come to mind. That is a good one. Yes, overwhelming, time-consuming. Those are all good. I would say, yep, nervous. That's a perfect one. Yep, that's a good one. We also hear obviously anxious about it. Overwhelm's a big one. There's also a lot of hesitation, scared. So yeah, those are all, I appreciate you guys sharing. Those are all very good ones. So just to kind of put your mind at ease a little bit, you guys aren't alone in that. It is scary to make a big shift from one software to another. We all know that change is not easy, and this is obviously a big change. Mm-hmm. So along with that, change is one thing, but training is a whole nother part of this. So 87% of employees believe that inadequate training is a barrier to change. So at ActionFlow, we really value our relationships and want to make sure that you guys are successful. If you choose to work with us, today you'll see what our process is going to look like and also how we're going to be partnering with you throughout this journey. Today, our roadmap for success is going to consist of 4 main areas for your implementation. We're going to be covering our kickoff meeting. Our second topic is going to be our implementation headquarters. So you're going to have a really nice overview of where you guys are throughout your implementation process. Next, we're going to cover ProProfs, which is our online self-paced training course. After that, we'll cover moving forward, next steps. And then lastly, we do want to leave time for any questions that you guys might have regarding the implementation process. So kickoff meeting is one of the first things that you'll be doing with your account manager whenever you sign up with ActionFlow. We'll be going over what to expect and what's going to be covered. So our first step during the kickoff meeting is getting to know you, getting to know your business, and setting up expectations for the partnership. We want to learn who your key players are. We've noticed that successful clients typically have a key person spearheading the implementation process. So we do want to know who is going to be involved at your company. We'll be reviewing your preferred method of communication and finding out what success looks like for our partnership together. Step 2 is going to be goal setting. So we're going to be discussing with you what your top 3 goals are within our system. Again, we really want to ensure that we're providing you guys with the most value as soon as possible. This information in the goal setting session will be key in helping us do that for you. So just helping us understand what's important to you guys. Number 3 is going to be our onboarding review. So during this step, we're going to be reviewing our implementation documents, our implementation timeline. So I'm going to skip over this one just a little bit because we're going to be covering more on this in just a couple minutes. Our next section on that is going to be our resources. So our account managers are going to be reviewing what resources we have to support you throughout this process and then ongoing forward. Every client is going to have a designated account manager that will be handling your onboarding, setting up, training, ongoing support. We also have a knowledge base that is going to be providing you with tons of information on our system. It's easily searchable and it's very easy to use. So have tons of topics on there that you guys will have access to. We also have a customer portal. So you'll be able to log in and submit a question at any time. This portal is managed by our team of account managers here. So if somebody is out sick or someone's on vacation, we can always assure you that someone will be answering your requests in a timely manner. And right now, our current response time is less than 2 hours. So really, really happy about that. Our next step, oh, sorry, one more thing here. On our resources, we also have a Facebook Q&A group. So you'll become a member of that, and you're going to be able to connect with other like-minded fabricators that will give you that sense of community. So, step 5, we'll be wrapping up the kickoff meeting by reviewing our next steps and our keys to success. So some things in this area we'll be going over what you need to do to get prepared for your implementation. So gathering your price list, getting some quote examples together for us, your users, list of dealers and contractors, your logo. If you have inventory, kind of get things lined up there. And then also kind of just deciding who that key person is going to be that will be spearheading your implementation process. One other key to success is just completing those online training courses that we'll be assigning to the users and attending those live training sessions with your account manager. Consistency is key. So the more you see it, the easier it's going to be, the more you're going to get acquainted with the software. Next, we'll be going over our implementation headquarters. So this is going to be where you can track your progress and upload your information for your implementation. Each account will have access to the implementation headquarters. On the left side, you'll see the progression of your implementation, the due dates, and also who is responsible for handling that specific task. On the right side of the screen, you'll be accessing required implementation documents that you'll be completing for us and then uploading right back to this headquarters. We've also provided a bunch of short video tutorials that will review how to fill out each document, including help videos and information that just pertains to each topic within our modules. Oops, let's skip ahead there. Okay, next, we will have our online training. This is going to be our self-paced training courses that will be completed prior to our screen share training. So each user of ActionFlow will receive a login to our online training course. We have several training modules that will be assigned accordingly for each user to complete. As you can see here, we have courses on quoting, actions, processes, inventory, and also something for the administrators on the account. We're currently going to be working on adding a fabrication module. So that will be some training for your shop to go through. So we're going to be very excited to release that to everyone soon. Also on this one, your key contact person that is handling your implementation is going to receive a weekly progress report that shows the progress of each user throughout the courses. Each course, as you can see on the screen, is going to consist of a video, a quiz, and also an exercises. And these courses are really just designed to help you get more familiar with our system prior to the screen share training with your account manager. Again, as we mentioned earlier, that consistency is definitely going to be key throughout this process. So next step would be moving forward. Another big reason that we hear that people are scared to make a switch to another software program is because of their existing data. So we do have some really great options for you if you wanted us to import your existing data. We'd be more than happy to share that with you if you're interested in learning more about that or just learning more about our software. You can visit our website and schedule a conversation with our sales team, and they would definitely be happy to answer any questions that you have on that. So Kyle, if you wanted to just drop our link into the chat, you're welcome to do that. Step 5 is our Q&A. So we're here and ready to go. Happy to answer any questions that you guys might have, anything you want to discuss further. I think Kyle can unmute you, or you can also drop those questions in the chat box for us.
Mm-hmm. I have a couple, Kim, that I wrote
Perfect.
down that we can get started with.
Perfect.
But I'm going to give Tina a chance. It looks like she's typing, so
Okay.
I'm going to let her get hers out first.
Perfect.
Sorry to put you under the spot there, Tina. There we go.
We move existing info about customers into your system. You can, yes. I'm actually gonna let me pull up my notes here. So yes, we can definitely import. We can do that. Well, I don't know how to get this off of there now. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. I'm gonna hop back to the. Well, I'm having some difficulties now. I don't know how to get back to where it was. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. So yes, you can definitely do that. So we can import like customer information. We can import inventory, your existing dealers, accounts, builders, your vendors, if you have those. And then also, if you do have some job information, we can also import that in. The big thing here is just getting that data in a good format that is mappable to kind of our Excel fields. So you would be working with your account manager. We also have someone here, Jordan, that's been really putting a lot of effort and time into getting that working well for us. So yes, you would be able to see that. So would you be able to see past? Yeah, that's a good question. What system are you currently using, Tina? East Edge. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we would probably want to connect you with, I'm thinking Jordan maybe, just to double check on what format it is. We are familiar with like extracting or transferring the data, I would say, from like Stone Profits, more where I don't think EZ should be a problem at all. We would probably just want to connect you with Jordan or possibly me after the call, and then we can kind of look at how that data can be extracted from their system, and then we should be able to import that historical information into our system for you.
Yeah, we have a data specialist on our team who is able to look at how you can extract that information. And as far as customer information, what we can get is addresses, how much was the project, what was the color, when was it installed, all that kind of information. What we can't bring over there was like the drawings. That's one key part that we can't. But any relevant customer information, we can get that information over into ActionFlow.
That's a good question.
Another question for you, Kim, as James is typing a question, or what are some things that they can do right now to help them prepare for making the switch? Like making the switch to any software, you're gonna have to do some prep work regardless of where you're going. What are some of those things that they should go ahead and start putting together if they are considering making a switch?
Yep. I would say no matter who you're going to go with, definitely getting some of that back end information that probably any software is going to be asking you for, who's going to be access system. So they're going to most likely be asking you for some kind of list of users. Again, we talked a little bit about the dealers and accounts. So kind of getting that in order in an Excel spreadsheet, something that you'll be able to share with that next software program so that they know who you're going to be selling to. I think pricing is a big one. So kind of just getting that organized, getting that sorted out. Whoever you choose to move forward with is going to be asking you for that information so that they can set up your quoting system. I would say if you're going to be doing inventory, again, just kind of gathering slab counts, slab sizes, remnants. Is that something that you want to track in your new system? Would be a big one. Really anything that you would probably want to, like Tina was asking about their existing data. I would say anything that you're probably going to be extracting is going to be similar information that you're going to be providing to whoever is your new software provider. Quotes, logos, any type of examples for documents, forms that you want filled out, that kind of stuff. James, we currently have drawings in our current system. Will those also be transferred over? So drawings would not, as Kyle mentioned, drawings would not be able to be transferred over at this time. That's one thing that we don't really have access to polling, unfortunately.
And that's just because everyone has different, the drawing modules are just so vastly different between each system. Getting that information is tough to get. But again, you can get the total square footage. If you do have a copy of that drawing, so if you're able to get that drawing into a PDF format, you can always upload it into ActionFlow. Yeah, into the job file. Another question, what are the most common challenges you run into when you are doing an implementation? Like what is, common roadblocks that you see, and how can we help overcome those?
I would say, there's probably different ones throughout your process. I mean, obviously at the beginning, it's going to be just kind of putting everybody at ease with that change in the office. Everyone's kind of used to doing things a certain way. So as we mentioned earlier, it is, pretty scary to kind of get over that hump. So again, just kind of allowing us to reassure you and to build that trust, build that relationship, letting you know that we're going to be there for you throughout this process, just helping really build the relationships with all your employees, kind of getting them over the hump. And what we see is, at the beginning, there is that hesitation, there is that pushback, but as we mentioned, that consistency is key. So the more they access those training classes, the more that they can get on screen shares, the more that they can attend these webinars and learn about our system, that's going to help them kind of get over that hump easier. Because it's so funny. I mean, it's pretty much like clockwork. It's, you're almost kind of like moving up that mountain where it's like scary, it's frustrating at times, you're trying to learn something new, but then all of a sudden one day you come in and you're like, this is amazing. Like, it just kind of clicks. You get the system, you know where to navigate. It's kind of like learning anything else new. But I would say that's probably a bigger roadblock that we work through with you guys, just to kind of get you over that initial hump. And then again, just kind of getting that data together for us. You have all that data in your current system, so it's just getting that information to us so that we can make your system run smoothly for you. At the beginning would be the hurdle. And then, obviously as you introduce different things, there would be a learning curve if you want to add a new feature. The cool stuff is our system can do so much. And that's why we really try to find out from you what those goals are up front so that we can really tailor that implementation to get you to those biggest needs quickly. And then, once we kind of get that out of the way, we can obviously show you additional features, suggest things that might help the business. But our goal is to really get you, up and running as quick as we can and really getting you into those features that's going to be beneficial for the company.
If you have other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Kim, what are some things that we have in place to help people find their own answers to their own questions? You don't always want to be waiting on a response from an account manager. But can you kind of run over some of the things that we have built in to help them answer questions as they're getting going?
Yep. Again, we have our knowledge base, which again is going to cover, I think Kyle dropped it in the chat, but it's going to cover your basics. It's going to cover your quoting. Teresa has recently published a really excellent report guide, estimate guides that are out there. So if somebody is trying to configure an estimate or needs help with that, now they can just hop right online. They can download that estimate guide and do it themselves. Again, there's videos on inventory, fabrication, scheduling, any topic that you could really want pertaining to our system, we have on that knowledge base. So you can go in there, you can search it. We also have it categorized by topic, which is easy also. So if you wanted just to say, hey, what do they have on inventory? You can click on that and see that information. We also have that support portal. So maybe you've looked in that knowledge base and you're not really sure, or maybe you're just, not really want a little bit more information. You could hop into our ticketing system, that customer portal we mentioned, drop a quick question in there, let us know what topic, and we'll get back with you. As we mentioned, the response time right now on those are less than 2 hours. So we have that. I would say the other resource that we have that is, I feel like it's pretty valuable, would be that Facebook group. And that's going to be more like, maybe your business questions, and you can ask ActionFlow questions easily, but maybe you're like, how are other people doing this? We keep running into this roadblock with this in our shop. Like, man, I wonder what other fabricators are doing. Like, how are they using ActionFlow? I would say that Q&A group with just our users is going to be very beneficial and a great resource to help with those questions as well. We also have the webinars. Again, that's not like on-demand information, but we definitely try to cover topics that are of interest to our clients. And then, as Kyle mentioned, the training, I don't know what you call them, ActionFlow on the road. I'm not sure what the specific title is, but
live events.
A lot of events, a lot of resources and things for everyone to attend. They'll ask a question here. Do you have any demo videos of quote scheduling and inventory? We do. They're more, I would say, more like tutorials or how to navigate the scheduler, or how to do a quote. But yeah, we definitely have those on that knowledge base, and we try to keep them shorter, under maybe 5 minutes. So like that 3 to 5 minute section is really what we're trying to hit. If it's more of a comprehensive video, could be a tad bit longer than that. But yeah, we definitely do have that bill for quoting, scheduling, inventory. So if there's anything that you're looking for specifically, if you wanted, we could reach out to you after the session and get those links over to you.
Yep. And yep, you can find all those in that knowledge-based link. And then also just wanted to point out, there are videos embedded in the software as well. So as people are getting used to using it, there's a little video icon, and they can, how do I do this again? Click the video icon, and there's, it pulls from our knowledge base. Hey, this is how you use this. And they can get started with that.
Good point.
I think maybe one last thing I would add to this is, when you're going through an implementation, you're always going to have some laggards, some people who just don't want to change. And this starts before you make the switch, is just being clear of reminding people of why you're making that switch. What do they not have access to now that they will have access to when you make the switch to whatever software they're using? Just being very clear on that and reminding them of the end benefits to it. Answer to that, James. Yes, you can draw and create quotes in ActionFlow. Yes, we do. And it's, the nice thing about it is it's all integrated. So once you create the quote, it then reminds you to follow up. You can, our drawing module is pretty powerful, and can do a lot of different things in there. And if you're curious and want to learn more, I also dropped a link, I'll drop it again, of our discovery call. That is where you can ask some questions of us. We can learn a little bit more about you, and then we tailor the demo based on kind of the needs that you have. So we make sure we're covering those aspects. But the drawing program you can access in the quoting section of the knowledge base in there. Any other questions from people in the chat about the process, about concerns that you have about making the switch, timeline of when you think you can, keeping a strong timeline, just anything that you may have concerns about. All right. Well, thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. I hope this was somewhat helpful. Oh, Tina's typing.
Oh, perfect.
Awesome. Thanks,
Oh,
Tina.
yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah, we
it.
appreciate it. Again, if there's more in-depth question or specific questions that you have about the implementation process, please schedule a discovery call. That's a no pressure meeting. It's just, hey, I have some more specific questions about whether I'd be a good fit for ActionFlow. We're happy to answer those questions for you all. Again, I was another link in here, our ActionFlow in Action event. We're having one in Michigan in June. You can see how ActionFlow actually works at a shop that's using it. We're having one in Michigan in June, and then we'll have another one in Florida in September. And if you're interested in that, I'd be happy to send that information over to you. But we appreciate everyone's time, and we'll let you all go. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.